check this out. Reportedly, Khamzat Chimaev was expected to headline UFC 300, but the UFC had trouble getting him a visa to enter the United States. And we've heard this before, right? This being reported this morning that Hamza cannot get a visa into the United States because of his connections uh, with certain people overseas. And I'm sure you probably know who those people are. It sounds kind of crazy to me. This guy just wants to fight and he can't get a visa into the United States, but it is what it is. This is going to be an ongoing problem for the UFC, or is it? Because the UFC is constantly going overseas. So they can certainly work Hamza in while all these things are being worked out. Then, uh, it's also been reported that Hamza will fight Israel Adesanya on June 22nd in what I believe is Saudi Arabia. And this was leaked on the Saudi ticket website ahead of the June UFC card. So this is what's being reported this morning. Again, take this with a grain of salt. So Hamza was expected to headline UFC 300, can't get a visa. That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. And now Saudi leaked his name that he'll be fighting on the June 22nd card against Adesanya. So, UFC 300 is in the bag. It's over, right? They've already got a main event there. We'll get to that in a second. But the fact that he might be fighting Adesanya in June will be awesome. I mean, just awesome. It's not a title fight, and I really can't see Adesanya doing that because he's in line to fight for the title. But if that's the fight that Hamza can get, we'll take it all day, every day. Make no mistake about it. Now, moving on to the UFC 300 main event, Jamal Hill is sort of going off on people saying, how do you think this is not a great card or a great main event? And I'm with him. I told you guys I'd be the first one to shout from the rooftop if when we get this final decision, because we've been waited 2 months to hear who was fighting. And if it's not a good fight, I'm gonna be the first one to raise my hand and jump on here and blast the UFC for hyping this thing up and not selling it with the final fight. And the bottom line is, this is a great main event. You really can't get better. I mean, these are two strikers, Jamal Hill and Alex Pereira, that don't want to go to the ground, that want to stand up and strike. What else do you want? If you get two guys that are going to roll around on the ground in the main event, people are going to be highly upset. These are two strikers where someone's likely to get KO'd in dramatic fashion. And Jamal Hill's got a chance to come back and take the belt. And since he's been gone with the Achilles injury, Alex Pereira takes over the belt. So listen, you got a lot at stake in this one. And I don't see how fans at all, are really not at all. Because I was already ready. Like, when they're about to make the announcement, I'm like, I'm ready to go crazy. You know what I mean? And I'm like, Alex Pereira, Jamal Hill, holy crap. Brought me right back down. I think people were just so enraged and ready to put this thing on blast that it didn't matter who the UFC announced. People weren't going to like it. They could have said McGregor versus Chandler, and people would have been like, McGregor's not even ranked. So it's just, bottom line is, this is a great main event. And highly looking forward to it. But listen, those are the couple things going on this morning. We'll be back later tonight with the podcast, so stay tuned for that. But for now, I hope y'all have a great day, and God bless. As always, peace.